High-end style doesn't have to come with a high-end price tag. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. I'm Sonja, and this is DIY with Sonja. Today, we are diving into 4 brand new high-end spring home decor dupes that are going to absolutely transform your space for 2026. We're taking budget-friendly finds from Dollarama and turning them into luxury-inspired pieces that look like they came straight from a designer showroom. We're taking budget finds from dollar store and turning them into luxury inspired pieces that look like they came straight from a designer showroom. If you love that high-end look for less and want to refresh your home for spring, you're in the right place. Let's get right into our first project. We are starting today with a terracotta pot I picked up at Dollarama for just $4. I love the silk shape and I knew it was the perfect canvas for a high-end transformation. To start, I'm using some Dixie Belle cotton paint. Since I was at the end of the jar and the chalk paint had thickened up, I added a touch of water to thin it out for a smoother application. It took 2 full coats to get that crisp, opaque white base. Did you know the Chinoiserie style we're actually using today, which I will show you in a minute, actually dates back to 17th century. It was Europe's interpretation of East Asian artistic tradition and has remained a staple in luxury interior design ever since. For the design, I'm using the gorgeous Chinoiserie rice paper. It came with 3 styles, but I settled on this delicate floral and bird pattern. To make it easier to work with, I cut the paper into smaller sections. If you're working on a curved surface like this pot, cut small slits at the bottom of your paper so it lays flat without bunching. I'm using Dixie Belle's Gator Hide as my adhesive. It's a fantastic glue, but it's also a water repellent sealer. I applied Gator Hide, smoothed out the paper, and then applied another layer on top. If you can't find rice paper, you can totally use decorative napkins or even printed tissue paper. And if you don't have Gator Hide, Mod Podge will do the trick. To finish it off, I wanted a touch of elegance. I went in with some antique gold gilding wax. I just used a small brush to highlight the rim. It adds that perfect aged gold look. I think it looks absolutely stunning on its own. But here it is with some hydrangeas. Next up, we're trying something trendy all over TikTok and Instagram, the clay egg holder. I grabbed some air dry clay from Dollarama for $2. Now, full disclosure, I have a love-hate relationship with clay. My biggest struggle is always the cracking. I use paper egg carton as my mold, although I do recommend maybe using a plastic one instead. Use more clay than you think you need. I had to redo this a few times to get the thickness right. Once I rolled out the clay, I draped it over the carton, gently pressed it into the divots, and used a wet sponge to smooth out the surfaces and a brush to get into little crevices. To help it dry slow, which is supposed to prevent cracks, I covered it with damp paper towel and kept misting it. However, because the air in my house is quite dry, I still ended up with some cracks. I patched those up with Ixabel mud. Drywall compound works too. Unfortunately, when I went to remove the mold from the egg carton, it cracked again. So instead of 12 egg holders, I now have a 6 egg holder. But you know what? It gives it a vintage found object character that I actually love. I painted in magnolia, a soft white, Dixie Belle chalk paint, and added a small snips of the Chinoiserie rice paper for a cohesive look. I use again gator hide to add the rice paper and to seal it. I'm curious, are you guys enjoying these spring transformations so far? If you are, please let me know by hitting the like button and leaving a comment below. And if you haven't already, I would love to have you join our creative community by hitting subscribe. It helps the channel so much and ensures you never miss a look for less flip. Moving on to another clay project. Again, inspiration came from Instagram. I'm using a medium-sized styrofoam wreath for form as my base that I also picked up at Dollarama. Using a full block of clay, I rolled it up and then draped my clay over the form, letting it fall naturally into the center. I trimmed the edges and used very wet fingers and a sponge to pull the clay outwards, creating a beautiful scalloped, almost sunflower-like edge. I added a bit more clay to the bottom to reinforce it so it wouldn't break once dry. Did you know that organic imperfect shapes are a huge trend in 2026? The goal isn't factory perfection, it's that hand sculpted artisanal feel that brands like Amber Interiors are known for. After drying and a few more mud touch-ups for minor cracks, I painted the whole piece, sides and bottom, in the same creamy magnolia paint and sealed it with gator hide. This piece is so versatile and I can use it for every season. Our last project was a bit of a trust the process moment. I wanted to recreate a high-end scallop stone vase using a $2 glass vase, and clay. I tried to sculpt the scallop directly on the glass by rolling out the clay, wrapping it around the vase, and adding the scallop edging on top, and then smoothing out the whole vase with a sponge. But as it dried, the clay just wouldn't bond and started falling off. And as you can see, it cracked everywhere. To pivot, I stripped off the loose clay and decided to create a textured stone paste. I mixed sea spray with paint to create a very thick, gritty batter. I applied it with my gloved, first with a tongue depressor and then with a gloved hand, smoothing it out while keeping the heavy stone texture. I also applied once the the stone texture was applied, I also added a bit more paint. The paint that I'm using is Spanish Moss by Dixie Belle, and it's mineral chalk paint. And then once the whole thing dried, it had few cracks, but they stayed put. I did some dry brushing with magnolia paint, also used a paper towel to dab some paint on as well to add dimension and finished. And then I finished it with gator hide. And here it how it looks. Lots of cracks, but I feel that it has the beautiful old world Italian pottery vibe. However, since it is on glass, it might be fragile. If any of you have tips on how to get clay or texture to bond better to glass, please let me know in the comments. I am so happy with how these turned out, even with the clay challenges. It just goes to show that with a little creativity and some pivoting, you can get that high-end look on a dollar store budget. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. Don't forget to tell me which DIY was your favorite, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!